In this particular video, I'd like to explore the role of gender on the face-to-face management of violent or dangerous behaviour. First of all, we're going to look at some of the research that's available to guide us through this. Secondly, we're going to look at some of our experiences. And finally, I'm going to try to tease out what the implications of this might be in terms of good practice. Before I proceed, however, I need to say something about the nature of gender. When researchers look at gender, for obvious reasons, they have to simplify the concept of gender. And they look at it as a binary concept. You're either a man or a woman. It's either male or female. However, we know that it is not as simple as that, that gender occurs across a range. There's a continuum. And maybe even that is too much of a simplification. A better description might be a spectrum, and a three-dimensional spectrum, or even possibly a four-dimensional spectrum, because gender can change over time. So whilst we may be simplifying the concept of gender, it is undeniable that gender differences make a difference. So I'd just like to explore some of the major findings first of all, and then we'll look at our experience. Well, as you can see, when it comes to violence, gender differences do play a huge role. And I think that be confirmed by our own experiences. If, for example, I was to walk down the landings of a men's prison and then transfer over to a women's prison, I think I'd find the two experiences quite different. I also know, if I'm honest, that if I was confronted by a man who's behaving in a very threatening way towards me, my own reactions would be very different had that had been a woman. I don't necessarily say for the better or for the worse, I just think there's something different in there. So now let's have a look at the implications of this for practice. Now we're talking about the immediate management of dangerous behaviour, and in these situations we simply have to play the cards that have been dealt. I cannot change in this moment who I am. Of course, I would always hope to be a better person, but right now, I am what I am. And in this situation, when faced with dangerous behaviour, I cannot change the person who's dangerous towards me. That is given also. So, in that sense, these gender differences make no difference. Of course, they may make a big difference to the outcome. A man is more likely to hit another man than they are to hit a woman. A man is more likely to sexually abuse a woman than they are a man. There are clearly exceptions to both these sets of circumstances, but there is a generality about it. We can't, however, change who we are. But there is a question as to whether the skills used by men may differ from those used by women. And in practice, this is undoubtedly the case. Sometimes decisions are made on the basis of gender. Sometimes it's decided that male staff would be better to go and deal with a particular situation. On other occasions, it's felt that women may be better at diffusing the situation. Personally, I'm not sure we should ever make those decisions based on gender, but only on who is most likely to have the best effect. When it comes down to the front-end skills, the skills that we deal with directly, second by second, when managing a person who's beginning to become increasingly dangerous towards us. The affective skills, however, are always exactly the same. They do not vary according to whether you're dealing with a man or a woman. They do not vary according to whether you're a man or a woman. In summary, in relation to violence, gender differences are manifold, and they make a huge difference. However, when it comes to the face-to-face management of dangerous behaviour as it happens, gender is something that cannot be managed. And things that cannot be managed are diversions and distractions from our central path. We need to focus only on those things that during the instant we can change, and gender is not one of them.